Hello, little treasures. Welcome back to Tarot Tuesday. Um, it is the Trash King here. One man's trash, another man's treasure. You know the little thing. Blah 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 blah. I don't know. I know where like the Mars is in retrograde and things like that. And there's just been a lot happening astrologically the past couple of months, but yeah. One thing I like to keep in mind if you're struggling at all or if you're having a difficult time, and a little bit I am, things are not horrible, but just trying to remind myself that life is not happening to me, it's just happening. So, I don't know, hopefully that will maybe help you with your mindsets. Are really important for me because I'm someone who can very easily get negative and get off track. Um, so I really have to fight negative feelings pretty hard. Not fight, I still feel my feelings, but I have to combat the desire to dwell and get stuck there. So yeah, but let's get some clear and concise messages, Spirit, for the collective. It's November 1st. Happy November. Even though I don't really mess with Thanksgiving as far as the historical context, I definitely love a holiday about being grateful and appreciative. Like, that's very cute to me. So, one thing I would suggest, maybe doing a gratitude journal and writing out everything that you're grateful for right now and that makes you happy. It's a really nice perspective shift. Sometimes I'll do a vent page where I just talk about all the things that are making me upset, and then on the other side I'll be like, but here's all the good things that happened today. To do with that what you will. But anyways, okay, Spirit. Okay. What do we need to know about November? What's coming towards us in November? What should the collective know? These are timeless, but I do sometimes ask for like, the specific. This was already coming out. Okay, we've got the Seven of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. So I'm like, your overall with the Seven of Swords is kind of like there's a little bit of conflict here. I wonder if that's internal. Hold on, let's get into it. So we got the Tower here. Oh no! How many more towers you gonna give us, Lord? Okay. Eight of Swords, and I'm doing this one because, again, I've told you guys a million times by now, but I really like her breakdown, and this one wanted to pop out, and I felt it. So, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, anyways. And we're gonna start with these. A lot of wands, a lot of swords. So, yeah, it feels like oh, that's cute. Very much a time of like mental energy and like spiritual energy, like being passionate, but it's a little messy, a little bit. But we're gonna jump into it. Yeah, because you've got the Seven of Swords as your overall, King of Swords at the bottom of the deck energy, which I don't normally do, but still. So yeah, there seems to be some sort of like kind of like conflict here. You could just be wanting to fight for the sake of fighting, but you don't need to. Let's get into it though. A poison pen, words meant to sting, gossip, being sneaky. I also wonder, maybe people are talking about you. Maybe that's why you're feeling defensive. You could be on the defense because, yeah, there is kind of an energy here of just like, it's a little toxic. The spread's a little toxic. Only looking out for number one, being in a tricky situation where you need to think of yourself first, extracting yourself from drama or playing into the drama, being political in your interactions. So it's kind of like, yeah, it could be that, and this could be because of the situation you're in. Maybe good things have been happening to you, and whether this is paranoia or a real thing, people may be looking at you like, why is this bitch getting all of this? Because you got the Two of Cups here, so you could be also having like a beautiful exchange. Maybe love's coming towards you. You've got new opportunities. You've got, there are good things here. You've got the Eight of Pentacles. You're working hard. You're doing what needs to be done. But then you have the Tower, and you have Ten of Wands, Nine of Swords. So there's some burdens. There's some turmoil here, but it is giving a little bit self-inflicted. Not self-inflicted like you're causing problems, but more like, why are you letting them win? Why do their opinions matter? Let's break these down a little bit more though. Connection, recognition, meeting a new like-minded person, healthy relationships, finding yourself at home in an emotional environment that allows for healing and support. So that's boss bitch mode with the Eight of Pentacles, working towards a goal, mastery of skill, apprenticeship, repetition as a path towards greatness. So yeah, I think that you are doing the work. It could also be falling back into that pattern. Maybe you have kind of like a pattern of doing really, really well for a while and kind of getting things, and then you kind of self-sabotage, which we all have done in our lives. So like, don't let that make you feel bad or anything. Everybody does that, especially if you have any sort of trauma, if you have any sort of like unstable family dynamic. That's totally natural. So just it's not a negative thing, but again, once you're aware of it, it'll help you to kind of navigate getting through that. But you do have the Tower moment here, which is trauma, destruction, disruption. The Tower marks an event with a before and after. Everything changes. Return is impossible. The foundation crumbles. The rug is pulled out from under your feet. Total loss. The three moments of breaking apart. The columns crashing, the Six of Hearts ripped in half, and the broken chain. That's what's on this. It's actually kind of a interesting card. Speak to loss, separation, mourning, and grief. So it is a very significant situation, and we know that about the Tower card. It's usually a pretty major shift that happens, and often painful, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, because sometimes change in general is painful, but it doesn't always have to be something horrible. Also, what I've noticed about the tarot on my own personal spiritual journey and through some of my like-minded peers who are also on a spiritual journey, the Tower moments like become less severe as you learn lessons. Like, I'm someone who I definitely had to burn my hand on the stove to know it was hot, like growing up especially. And so when I was younger, my Tower moments were major. Not saying that all those things needed to happen to me, not saying that it's not a victim blaming mindset. We're not talking about that sort of lesson, but there were certain things like when I was very clearly trusting a friend who had on multiple occasions shown that they were not going to be trustworthy, and then I got screwed over, that type of thing, where it was like, and it would feel life ending, and it would be like, oh, I'm never going to come back from this. But as I got older, I haven't had to learn lessons in such a severe way, because I've been able to listen to my body and check in prior to those things, read the red flags of a situation, see the green flags in a situation, and be more receptive to the messages of the universe. So this Tower moment, it is going to be a major shift. It doesn't have to be bad, and even if it is painful, feel your feelings and take that wisdom, so that hopefully in the future you won't have to suffer through something like that again. But either way, it could also still be positive, because with the Ten of Wands, that is taking on burdens and having more responsibility, but it's not bad. Stress isn't always bad. The Nine of Swords here is sleepless nights, anxiety, dread, a little bit of depression, but it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy. Let me look into these a little bit more, because I'm kind of getting an energy of this being a little bit more of like that inner critic and past trauma trying to claw its way back and pull you back through the door you just walked through, pull you back into drama. I feel like it could be even old people, Somebody could be coming back who wants you to act the way you once were, who wants to hold you to old versions of yourself, and you're not that person anymore. And you have good things in your life right now that are allowing you to be your truest self, and you don't want to go back there. So it could, let me break this down a little bit more. Lord, crazy ass message today. They were like, we're gonna get so real. It could even be family. It could even be people that you really truly believed had your back and wanted to support you, and then they are the ones who are like kind of wanting to see you fail, kind of preying on your downfall a little bit. I'm not trying to like put that out there. Take what resonates. If it's not accurate, you know, don't hold on to it. But anxiety, regret, being chained to the past by your thought patterns, unacknowledged, unspoken fears, burdening yourself with your thoughts but unable to take action, feeling tied to the past, rumination, a need to release old habits and thoughts in order to be lighter and freer. Stagnation turns to despair and darkens your soul, a need to face your fear in order to become untroubled and unburdened. So that was the Nine of Swords. So it may be time to talk to somebody, to be writing your feelings out, to be making art, to be getting reading self-help books, and there's a lot that, you know, or even listening to them. There's a lot of podcasts out there. I like Buddy Michaels. They unpack things in a really lovely way. Lisa Nichols is someone I enjoy. They're a very positive speaker. I enjoy Bell Hooks, not that they're necessarily self-help related, but she speaks about love in a way that I find very enticing. I'll link some people down below who may be beneficial for you on this journey, or who have at least helped me. It's not going to work for everybody, but, you know, Eight of Swords. Feeling trapped in a situation and not seeing a way out. But this one, like in the original Rider-Waite deck, it's like this person who's blindfolded and they're trapped, but they're not really trapped. Like if they would open their eyes and see the resources available to them, the options that they had, they can get out. So that's kind of why I'm still being pulled back to, you're not that person anymore. You're not in those situations you were anymore. You're not a little kid anymore who didn't have other ways of getting out. You have grown into the adult that gets to protect your inner child and who gets to pull them out of situations that were that are not for them and are not safe for them. Feeling of helplessness that keeps you from seeing your own agency. Flies are trapped in the spider's web, although they are not killed yet. Pessimistic thoughts making a bad situation worse by allowing external forces to gain power over you. A need to open your eyes to see where you do have freedom to move. So that's all coming back to the Seven of Swords, of people wanting to pull you into drama, people wanting, like if you're someone who's had maybe anger issues in the past, if you're someone who has been very negative in the past, maybe you, or if you've liked maybe to party, fight, I don't know, whatever this past thing is, whatever it is that people want to be like, oh, you're this way because you used to do it, don't let them bring you back into it, because you have all of this success, you've already gone through this tower moment that has changed you. Their opinions don't matter. They don't get to decide who you're going to be. Or even if it's just a feeling of shame, if you're just beating yourself up because people think this thing about you, you know who you are. You know your intentions. And if you let their thoughts affect the way that you move from this point forward, you'll turn into that person that they believe you are. There's no reason to do that. Knight of Swords. I like the Knight of Swords because he has some deep thoughts, and he really is revolutionary in a sense. And so, okay, taking action with a clear mind, being supported by facts and logic, allowing your thoughts to lead the way, rushing ahead, maybe getting ahead of yourself and jumping to conclusions, which again, watching out for, like, even if people are talking about you and maybe you're picking up on it, you could be very intuitive, but you could also hear it and you're coming up with all these, like, the imaginary arguments in the shower, and you're just so ready to get back at them. You don't need to. The universe is going to handle them for you. You don't need to be involved in it. We are some people's karma. I'm not going to say there aren't times you shouldn't defend yourself. But anyways, In order to take the right action, balance is needed between your idea of things and the reality of things. When this occurs, it's like a puzzle piece fitting into place. If not, it's more like a dagger forced into place. So that's why I say kind of that balance there of like sometimes we are people's karma and sometimes we do need to tell somebody off as a means of setting a boundary. And, you know, some people are very entitled and have never been told off in their life, and they kind of need that reality check. But not every single time. You should not be living your life constantly on the defense. That's not fair. You're not getting to live your life that way. So watch out for that. If you're feeling like you need to do that, check who you're surrounding yourself with. Because the Nine of Wands is a very kind of like wounded warrior type energy. They have been hurt a lot, but they do pull themselves out of it. You have a lot of cards here that are like, you're in your head and you've been hurt, and I'm like, it's kind of a sad spread. I do feel bad. Like, I feel like you're really stuck in this position of like, maybe people don't believe in you, or you feel like people don't believe in you. Because I do see like you have some supporters in your corner, or you're about to walk into your community, but you could feel really like alone right now, and like everybody's against you. But you're gonna try again. You're gonna be able to get through this, and you're about to come into. It's gonna happen fast with the Eight of Wands, and you're about to come into a very emotionally fulfilling time with people who support you and who are real with you. And okay, dust yourself off and try again. When the energy flags that there is more in reserve, almost there, believing in yourself despite a setback, not allowing the past to dictate how you move forward, replenishing energy into a project or a mission or a belief, a breakthrough. The Eight of Wands, fast moving energy, lots of action, a domino effect, using momentum to your benefit, seeing opportunities. Yes. So you're moving out of this painful energy. And it has been really painful, and you're valid for being upset about the way things are, and it makes sense that you have been on the defense, but you don't have to do that anymore. It's time for you to thrive. You don't have to survive anymore. Page of Cups. And he's a very like a little emotionally erratic, but is still they're in the process of learning about their feelings and expressing it. And it's, I also like that there's literally a letter on this, because it's like becoming aware of new opportunities and new love, and like it's new and it's exciting, because you're leaving something behind here that we're going to pull some clarification cards. But a new attitude towards emotions and relationships, as happens when a woman becomes a mother. News of new love, a new child, or a birth, a positive message, a new friend that helps you out, finding allies, finding enjoyment, a playful attitude, and the excitement of a surprise. So that's cute, because we literally were having like bang 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 bang, like kind of pain spread, but then you got that little cutesy one right there. Oh, and with the Judgment card, you're going through a rebirth. No, things are going to get very much balanced out here. Hold up. What else here? What else is there? No, Queen of Wands, Six of Swords. Yeah, yeah. You're not letting this stop you from being like your playful self. I think a lot of this is internal, but I feel like on the outside, you've been playing it cool, and you've been very like flirty and explorative and charming. That one was like they were coming out, in case you can't see. 3 more, please. Okay, yeah, Judgment is rebirth and transformation. You're coming through this. Those ways that you've been wronged in the past, I feel like you're going to be seeing them finally being dealt with, or like things are going to start making sense, and maybe not even in the way that you expected, but also because you're not that same person, you may not even want the type of punishment you thought was suited, like fitting for the pain you endured when you were younger, or when whatever this situation happened. Now that you've grown, you may not even want it to look that way. You may have like a more defined version of it. Like you're gonna see that whatever it is that these people did to you or whatever, they're being dealt with in a very appropriate way. It's very fitting for their life. Queen of Wands, you're still coming out on top. People are looking at you like, damn, like that is a bright and powerful person. Six of Swords, you're choosing to blossom. You're moving away from these old mindsets and you have clarity about the situation. With the Fool card, you're taking the risk. You don't care. Like, you do probably feel alone right now. You're not alone, and people do find you charming, and I feel like they look at you. You also have the Hermit, the Magician thing, the Sun card. They look at you as this playful, bright person, but you are still a little guarded right now, so you may have some trouble fully trusting people because Five of Cups, you've kind of like, you're dealing with like the feelings of loss and feeling like, oh, I don't have enough, and look at all the ways I've been disappointed. But no matter what, I do still see you as a person who is pushing forward and who's like choosing to be vulnerable, choosing to stay soft. And the mental clarity of the Ace of Swords, like you're having these new realizations either about yourself or about your situation that are really allowing you to move forward in a playful way, because with the Sun card here, you have energy, you have vitality, you have this like bright life force now that you are applying directly to all of these, and that's Leo card. We also have the Hermit here, Virgo card, Magician card, which is really Virgo and Gemini. So yeah, no, while you're also this playful, sensual, charming person who's out in the world and kind of like dipping their toe back into socializing, you're also still the Hermit, so you still know when to pull back. And if you don't do that, that's a sign to check in with yourself and be like, okay, maybe I should pull back and replenish. You're using your wisdom from past situations to navigate these ones with grace. You're manifesting everything that you want, and manifesting is a very like simplified version of being clear about your belief system, and about the things that you want and moving in alignment with that, because like you can't want to be an engineer and then you only are working your 9 to 5 and not watching YouTube videos on it or reading about it or trying to take classes, you know what I mean? I know that not everybody has the same type of access, so I'm not trying to diminish from the complications that may arise when you're trying to get through that, but the energy here is of someone who is going to find a way. So if you are not currently walking in alignment with your beliefs and with the life that you want, this is a sign to do so, because whatever you are setting your energy towards, you're gonna get. The Wheel of Fortune here, this is karma. I'm seeing it as good luck, good karma for you, because you've already had a lot of pain. If you choose to engage in the bullshit, of course, you could end up biting yourself in the ass, so please be careful. But right now, I feel like you are choosing yourself, choosing joy, choosing to heal, choosing to go after your dreams, and choosing love, which is coming back to you tenfold. So yeah. We really started that first half kind of crazy. I was like, damn, L after L. But we came back around. You're going to be okay. You have a lot here that is really exciting and beautiful. So devote time to yourself and to your craft, whatever that is. Hobbies feel like an important theme right now as well, that you're not trying to monetize, just things you enjoy. If you eventually do down the line, that's fine. But for right now, have things that you just engage in because you enjoy to. And let go of the outcome is also something I'm feeling here. Let go of the outcome, because you're going to get the appropriate reward that you deserve. The people who have wronged you are going to get the appropriate punishment. And that can just as easily be reversed if you go ahead and try to jump in and not let the universe handle it the way it wants to handle it. Okay. All right, that's your message for today. So thank you, my little treasures, for checking in. Please comment. I definitely still want to hear your signs. Subscribe, share. Let me know if you have any critiques or suggestions for me. Yeah, I love you, and I'll see you guys on Thursday.